Alright, so here is a Series X controller, and we're just going to start it up over here. Of course, the controller powers it on. There it goes. Similar sounds to the Xbox One. Very quiet fan, I shall note. And of course, fortunately, something that presses me about this is the fact that it comes with a terabyte of storage, which the last generation had, and I figure, since the 360 highest model had 500 per se, not even every new 360 had 500. The Xbox One came out with 500. The PS4 came out with 500. Both this generation came out with a terabyte, despite the Pro having 2 terabytes a good 2 years, I should say, before these came out. So that's kind of lame, but I digress. Now here is obviously the screen started very quickly. Now the controller. I shall note the D-pad is insanely good. Way to go. You can even see that. Of course the D-pad on the initial controller for the Xbox One was pretty good, alright on its own, but I mean, this one's just a really nice improvement. Like, I like how tactile it is and how accurate it is too, because they have a past with accuracy issues, and even if maybe this is not your cup of tea, the controller is altered, I shall say that. It's altered for sure. Now here's the original controller, as well as my main controller I use. I'm just gonna keep using this one, to be honest, because I'm gonna keep this thing as nice as possible for as long as possible, and nothing's wrong with this one, so I'm okay with that. Plenty of accessories, no matter how third-party they are, they all work. There's a Hyperkin X91, as well as the Hyperkin Duke. Hyperkin, really good at stuff, so it's a Duke, and it works. Alright, so here is a test of the quick resume feature. I'm currently in Cyberpunk right now. Infamous Cyberpunk. We're going to switch over to Halo Spartan Assault, a smaller game. And we're going to see if this decides to function. Oh, look at that. In the top right, you might not be able to read it. That was quick resume, and we're already directly on the campaign menu. Just like that. Nice, snappy SSD doing its job. Alright, so I'm going to demonstrate the backwards compatibility with the Duke over here. A really nice controller. I'm going to follow the cable all the way up to the tip. I'm going to stick that into the Series X. And the Duke rumbled at a distance. Look at that. Just get out of the way. Good old Xbox intro. And I'm going to test it over here. Look at that. 100% functional. So that's really neat. It retains all backwards compatibility, of course, with the exception of Kinect. So, sorry, no Connectables. No Star Wars. No, most importantly, no Just Dance. Or no Xbox Fitness either. So, rest in peace, everyone who actually cared about those. I mean, Just Dance, obviously, but everything else, whatever. Most notably though, one of the best features of the Series X is the fact that it can do true 4K gaming at 120 Hz, 120 frames per second. This TV is not a good example considering it's a 736p HDR TV, so it can't do the 4K HDR demonstration, and well, I mean I could do that downstairs, but I'm lazy. But I can assure you it definitely does the job done. I mean, these things are built pretty insanely. You might as well just get a computer at this point, but I like things. This is no bias, no nothing. I like both sides, all sides of the spectrum. Is a switch down here, it's visible. But yeah, I'm far from consummate in this. I do have a PC, obviously. So there's that. But yeah, it really just matters on what you're already accustomed to. If you're like just already had an Xbox One to begin with, then yeah, I'd recommend the Series X 100% for your next generation console. If you have the PlayStation 4, then obviously upgrade to PlayStation 5. It depends on what you want to do as well either. So if you want to switch from Xbox, then yeah, switch. There's really no difference. Most of the games, like say you played a lot of Call of Duty, and you just want to get a PS5 now, and you do the exclusives as well as play Call of Duty, your account is linked between both, so it doesn't matter. Obviously for the exclusive games, you can't cross-play with them because they're console exclusive, despite some of them may be cross-generation. And obviously the Switch is in its own league, so you just ignore that pretty much. If you have no experience then, and you want to go for a console, then yeah, just pick one side. I don't know, whichever one you have more friends playing. And if you want something powerful, then yeah, just go for a computer at that point. You don't have to pay too much, obviously, but it really just depends on your preference. There's almost no difference between these two. It's just the UI, but power-wise, they run the same games, like, with no noticeable difference. The one thing that does end up upsetting me about the Series X is the UI. Normally, when I buy a new console, I want to see the brand new, innovative menu, and when I booted this up, there's virtually no difference between an Xbox One and this. Of course, I had the first generation, so massive speed difference. Although I do imagine later in the years, this is going to get a dashboard update, just like the Xbox One 360, and even the original Xbox had a little change here and there. Of course, as of right now, I guess that makes sense, due to the fact that the latest update was meant to coincide with the Series X, so it's more so better, so you can actually, like, familiarize yourself, as well as, note that everything is intertwined, so that works well from that standpoint. Although I do like to see some change here and there, like the PS5's menu is pretty damn nice, despite me not having any experience with it yet. I have seen it. On the note of cross-compatibility and intertwinedness, I did play a few matches, obviously, of Cold War, as you can see from extended usage, per se. But, yeah, I played a few matches with my friend. Play online, you know, everything works exactly the same, doesn't matter what console you're on, PC, mobile, 360 even, it all works, everything works, so that's really good to know. Like, it's exactly the same as an Xbox One, so if you like that console a lot, then yeah, you'll definitely like this one, as well as to see the future updates and everything, because that works around, and let's go view some new features, of course. Since everything's so familiar, you may know that some games have that little SX, means they have upgrades, and certain games, like 360 games, obviously also have like HDR improvements and etc., so even better than the Xbox One X. More specifically on the XS improvements, they add all the Series X features. Obviously, they don't upgrade your game to an actual copy of the Series X version, unless it's digital, of course, but seeing as this is an Xbox One title, it has the same models, nothing's 4K all of a sudden. Well, I mean, actually, that's kind of the thing. It's sort of like upscaling, getting it to run a lot smoother, colors are better, etc. Just improvements, minor improvements depending on the game, of course. Master Chief, I don't know the exact specifics of it, but certain games obviously have different features, some better than others. But any upgrade is welcome, of course. My whole library is still here, and we're gonna go on that storage issue because 51% of storage and only 21 titles on here, and not all of them are even big. So yeah, the internal storage filled up like it was nothing, and yeah, that's not the best. And then I have my external drive, obviously. Storage size is a massive problem with these newer systems because games are gonna get bigger and bigger, and 1 terabyte is just not gonna cut it. I imagine special editions will release soon with 2 terabytes in stock. Of course, they're releasing memory cards again. Remember those? Yeah, I was excited to see them until I saw the price of $300 Canadian. Yeah, no thanks. I'll pass. At least until they get cheaper. I'll wait for a Mad Catz one to release. But yeah, I just bought an external terabyte drive off of Amazon, and it does well with a terabyte drive. Unfortunately, certain games do not support it. If they have XS improvements, it'll deem the drive too slow, like Master Chief Collection. It said my drive was too slow, so I had to use the memory, and then I had to move a bunch of things around, and it doesn't move any faster than a USB 3.0 connection can do. So that was nice. Obviously, the memory card is amazing, but $300, that's a bit much. That's out of the question right now, so if you want to wait, wait. Here we have the hardware itself. Now, I went for the X because I want physical media. I like to touch and collect things, so there's my disc collection, you could say. And, yeah, obviously, if it's got the optical reader, you can read all your classic non-digital games as well. So, the original Xbox titles, they all work, 360 all work. At least what was supported in Xbox One, like I said. Have you listened to the fan for a quick second? Not too loud. Very quaint and quiet, so that's nice. We got a USB over here, two USBs. Probably utilize both. LAN connection, I only have wireless, and the power and HDMI. Now remember, new HDMI standard, so if you're not using that, you're missing out on the upgrades. So please use the new HDMI cable. It might be a little annoying to swap out, but obviously worth it depending on your TV quality. I wouldn't notice a difference, but hey, it's still nicer to use the better cables. And yeah, obviously we have a front port too, so that's what I have my D connector for. Over here, I'd like to note this is the memory card expansion. Now, hopefully this will be utilized for better things as well than just one expensive memory card. Obviously, like cheaper, better memory, cheaper, smaller memory cards will set up for that. Maybe a 500 gigabyte that'll work. Stick a few things on there. Obviously, high-speed games. So that'll be nice, a nice feature. And third-party cards, please. That'll be nice to have on. And you have the button. It's a tactile button, so you just press it and it turns on. The problem I had with the original Xbox One 2013 is it would turn on by itself because the touch sensor was crap. Especially compared to the 360, which never had that problem. It's not my 360. But yeah, that's nice. And eject button's right here. So, oh, sorry, that's not eject button. That's the sync button. Eject button's right here, which makes more sense. But yeah, sync button. You can sync all your original wireless controllers together, like this one. So last but not important, let's look at the box itself. That's a decently sized box, obviously in the shape of a box. Nothing too crazy, but it's really nice. It has that sort of revealing open design, so like you just pull out the side and you're like, whoa, what's this? Here's the back, Master Chief looking cool, cool render, power your dreams, etc. Advertising stuff. Oh yeah, Game Pass features I won't note because, well, I don't really use Game Pass because I have a bunch of games. We're gonna open this. Oops. Okay, I opened it weird. That's supposed to cover. This is where the Series X came in. Sorry, I just sort of jammed this back here because I'm using it right now. Yeah, a nice opening design. Very. Now, if it isn't already obvious enough, this is not a serious review. I'm only just doing this as a quick review and to show off I have a Series X because I'm a jerk who wants to show off something he doesn't have. No. I just want to tell others about the Series X, whatever, because I want to make content right now, because I'm bored. But yeah, this is a nice small review, hoping, you know, it doesn't help anyone out who's just looking through stuff, basically, to kind of get my channel noticed as well. And if it isn't painfully obvious, this video is recorded in 240p on a Kitty Zoom smartwatch, I shall note. Yeah. And I just want to show off this, like, cool new high-tech hardware on something that almost nobody owns that has garbage video recording quality, for the hell of it. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and have a nice day, I shall say. Bars.